It is homecoming week for a couple of schools here in the Wasatch Back, and we head over to their Powder Puff games to get reactions from both of the winning teams. Also, everything you need to know about your favorite team headed into week 4 of high school football. And finally, we talk to the Park City girls volleyball team following their home opener. It's all coming up right now on the scoreboard. Hey everyone, welcome into the scoreboard. I'm your host, Blake O'Rulian, and it is homecoming week here for Park City, which means Powder Puff football took place this week. But not only did we cover the game, we also covered the sidelines.
We're mic'd up right there, right there. We mic'd up right there, yeah! Boom, 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 boom. Hey! Boom, 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 boom.
Say something at the coin toss. I saw them hand the ref a $2 bill or something like that. $2.
You know, $2 is $2 these days. A lot. Hey, Deegan, don't act like that ball wasn't right there. I didn't watch the play. Oh, wow. Morgan Carter. They are not scary. They are not scary.
We knew they could just milk the clock, so we decided to let them score.
Wow.
We have trust in our offense.
That's a lot of trust with 2 minutes left. Holding.
I couldn't see it, dude.
You couldn't see them tackle our girls?
I saw your guy tackle.
Get set. You're the ref. Alex, talk to me. What happened?
Dude,
What happened?
they came at me like no block. There was no block.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. Yep. O-line out here.
Right here. She's waiting for that ball. She sheds the block. All right?
Yeah.
And she still misses.
That's a terrible read by you, ref. What's going on? The scoreboard is turned off now, but it was 18-13. Of course, seniors taking that dub.
So you just saw the Park City football team having the time of their lives on the sideline at this year's Powder Puff game. But what actually happened in the game itself? I talked to a couple of seniors following the win. Hey everyone, right now we are hanging out with Ava Kimchi and Ruby Richards following the Powder Puff game. And girls, you did a fantastic job today. It was a very exciting game. I just want to get your initial thoughts after the game. I'll go here and then I'll come over here.
I thought we played really well. We kind of pulled through at the end, kept up our defense, got that last finishing touchdown by Ava. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the juniors were honestly a lot more aggressive than I thought they were going to be. We had some ripped shirts and stuff, but we ended up pulling through, especially with some amazing plays by Ruby on the defense.
What were some of the amazing plays by Ruby that you specifically saw? I'm just curious.
Yeah, well, she had like 3 loss of yard plays on the last 3 plays of the game. Morgan Carter on the other team was just honestly running our butts off. So Ruby stepped up big and, got a couple sacks in.
Ruby, I do have to ask you about that. What was it like having to contain Morgan Carter, who's one of the fastest girls in the entire state?
She's really good. I just read her eyes, read her feet, went for the pole when I could, and it worked out.
A couple dives,
Two diving sacks,
Yeah.
one standing sack.
Was there any need to utilize any of your soccer knowledge in this game at all? Was there anything that you used?
Oh, definitely. I use 1v1, like reading eyes, reading feet all the time. I just saw her kind of hesitate, and then that's the moment when you step.
Ava, being a goalie in lacrosse, there's a lot of reads you have to make. There's a lot of things you have to see. Is that why you were at the quarterback position tonight?
Yeah, not a lot of girls could throw the ball, but we had really good wide receivers, so I ended up just stepping in there, and I think I could read the field a lot better, so I was able to step in the position and help my team.
It got kind of chippy there, specifically on the defensive side, both sides of the ball. It got really chippy. What was being said on the field? Was there any was it kind of fun, or did it get really competitive there near the end?
It got super competitive. We definitely have a few ripped shirts and
blood drawn.
Yeah, blood drawn, but I think our coaches were like, calm down, just read the play, stick to your defensive cues.
How long have you guys been prepping for this game? How long have you been practicing with the football team?
We had about 3 practices this past week, and that was about it. So we were kind of doing plays on the fly. Our coaches did a really good job of trying to teach us everything they could in that week. But
late in the game, specifically the second half, it seemed to be the juniors were just dominating. I mean, you scored 2 touchdowns in the first half. They scored 2 touchdowns in the second half. And then, Ava, you ran in for that final touchdown of the game. But was there any moment when you thought, like, oh, shoot, we might actually lose to these juniors? You lost last year, so you definitely didn't want to lose this one.
Yeah, there was a moment where they were getting competitive, and we just stepped up our level and took it back.
Yeah, I think they were really competitive, like Ruby said, and we were kind of panicking, but once we took that deep breath, I think everything worked out.
Ava, did they call your number on that final play, on that draw play where you scored the touchdown?
Yeah, we ran a QB sneak before, and it ended up getting a couple yards, so we were only like 3 yards from the touchdown, and it ended up working out.
What were the coaches saying on the defensive side of the ball in those final plays?
They were like, contain them, don't let Morgan Carter or Leah Yeager run outside of you, just keep them inside of you.
Yeah, there was a lot of competitiveness in this entire game. Let's go over to the sports that you both actually play all the time. How is the soccer season going for you?
It's actually going really well. We're doing better than last season. We have a new coach, and we're really progressing as a team. It's really awesome. Already
a more successful team than you were last year, and so it must be really, really nice to see all the improvements that are being made. What has it been like learning under Anthony DeChico?
He's a fantastic coach. He obviously knows a lot of knowledge. He knows the game really well. And he's harsh on us, but in a really loving way. He cares a lot. So
that's a lot of what I've been hearing. And so, Ava, I just want to ask you: are you coming back for basketball season?
I think I am. Yeah, we have a new head coach, so I think a lot of girls are going to be stepping up and playing on the team too, who are new, so it should be fun.
Ava, you were a key role on that team, but you're also a key player on this girls lacrosse team who's looking to get one back this next year. How much are you looking forward to the spring?
I'm looking forward to a lot. I want to come back. I definitely want to be in the state championship and have a good game again, so that's really motivating me, and I think our whole team.
Well, thank you both so much for the time. We really appreciate it.
We're with Justin Kelly, the principal of Wasatch High School. Principal Kelly, thank you so much for taking a minute. What a fun week of homecoming this week. We're here at Powder Puff. What does this mean to the students when we have this type of activity?
They've been excited all week about Powder Puff. That's all I've heard in the hallways, is how the seniors are going to destroy everybody. That's the word on the street.
So this type of thing, these girls take it pretty seriously, don't they?
Oh, they've been out here practicing. They've got their jerseys. They've been running plays over in the corner. I've watched them draw up some things, and so it's gonna be exciting to see what happens tonight.
Great week of homecoming. Describe just a little bit some of the things that have gone on and some of the spirit that's been at the high school.
Oh, yesterday we had 70s day, and everybody was wearing their 70s clothes. Today was 80s, and tomorrow is 90s. So we're celebrating all the decades. It's a lot of fun.
And, with the students here having a great time. What does this mean for students? It's a great bonding
It connects
moment.
them to the high school, and that's what we're trying to do, is get kids out, connect them to the high school, because we know high school can be a drag sometimes if they're not. So if they're connected, the more fun they're going to have, the more enjoyable and more memories they're going to have in high school.
Justin Kelly, Wasatch High School, Powder Puff. Have a great night.
Dubs out.
We are with the coaches of the junior team that just won a big one over the sophomores at Powder Puff at Wasatch High School. Introduce yourselves, coaches.
I'm Zach Burdett. I'm Sam Bischoff. I'm Kel Jones.
Cooper Thacker. Colton Bassett.
So a big game, coach. Tell us a little bit about what went right for your girls.
Yeah, so we started off with the pass game. It just wasn't working that well. So we got sent into overtime and we went with the run. Scored first play, worked out really good, and then we came back and got the pick to seal the game.
So what is this like, guys, to have a big spirit week like this? The girls take it kind of seriously, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So what's the key to the next game with the seniors?
Dominate on defense.
Dominate on defense. Once again, the coaches of the junior team. Let's hear it, guys. Good job. And we are with Crew Erickson here on this big night of Powder Puff football. Crew, you're the coach for the senior girls. What is this like having Powder Puff this week?
Oh, man, it's a huge deal for all the girls out here, but we've been preparing all offseason. We've been in the weight room. We've been in the kitchen trying to get these girls bigger, faster, stronger for this Powder Puff game. We had a tough game last year, but I think we can bounce back and really have a statement game.
These girls, they take it pretty seriously.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they've been practicing, right?
Oh, yeah, we've been practicing. We had a 2-days summer camp. It was brutal. But, this past week we've really been preparing, just getting the playbook down, and just so we could come out here and really really do what we've been working on all summer, you know.
So, it's a fun week, homecoming. Your big game is Friday night for you guys, but this is big tonight. What does this mean for all these students? Everyone here having a great time here with, Spirit Week?
I mean, I might say this game is bigger than our game, to be honest. I mean, this is what everyone really looks forward to. This is what we all come here to see. But I mean, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Crew, we'll talk about your game later, but tonight is a big night for you guys. Good luck with your game.
Thank you.
We're with Caitlin Kit Kat Lewis of the winning senior girls of Powder Puff. Congratulations. Tell us a little bit about how fun this is for you guys.
Yeah, this is so fun. I've really enjoyed it. The team is such a good spirit. Like, it just brings so much, comfort to the team. We're really fun, and we just have a good season.
So it's a lot of fun, but you guys work hard. You take this seriously. What kind of preparations did you have?
We came here 45 minutes early and worked our butts off. We came up with a few plays, and we're here to win.
Besides lots of video and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
So, what was the success of your team here? How'd you guys do all this?
Teamwork is the dream work. I will say that. We worked really well together, and I was really proud of us.
Caitlin Lewis, Kit Kat Lewis, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, we're with Ashby Proper of the winning senior Powder Puff football team at Wasatch High School. What a fun night. Ashby, thanks for taking a minute. So let's talk about the spirit of this type of activity here at Homecoming Week here at Wasatch. What does this do for everyone?
Well, this is Powder Puff, and it's awesome. It honestly brings our school together and gets us hype for homecoming, and it's just our homecoming week, and it's so fun. We love it.
You guys, a lot of people come see this. You guys take it seriously. I've talked to the other girls. You guys take it seriously. You come and really prepare, right?
Yeah, we do. Well, there's not a lot of prepping going on, but we come and we have such a good spirit and such a good crowd, and our coaches just really help us. Yeah.
As we mentioned, you were the winning touchdown. Tell us a little bit about how all that happened.
Well, I got the ball and I saw an opening and I just kind of went for it, and it was really fun. It was good. It felt so good to get that touchdown.
You flew down the sidelines. So once again, Ashby Proper here with us here at Wasatch High School, winning seniors the Powder Puff football game.
4 games down and 5 to go until we are in the postseason. We've got a full scoreboard update for you all to see how all 4 of our Wasatch Back high schools are doing, and we are nearing the second half of the football season. But let's kick things off with Park City football. The team that is off to their best start in 4 years did lose their first game of the year last Friday to East in what was a back and forth battle. A close 21-14 loss puts the Miners at 3-1 headed into their homecoming week and homecoming game against the 0-4 Murray Spartans this Friday night. Murray having a tough season so far, only 23 points in 4 games and sitting last in Region 6 under the 5A class. The Miners are full of weapons all over the field. If you want to run, you've got Mason Grover. If you need a quarterback, we've got Max Grizel and Blake Tabarachi. If you need a reception, Will McCurdy has got you covered. McCurdy has been responsible for the 2 touchdowns last week against East on Friday night and continuing to dominate throughout his entire junior season. Not only Will, but how about Braden Byer, a player we do not talk enough about here on the scoreboard. He's another key player on both sides of the ball. Let's get into these stats. First in rushing touchdowns, first in interceptions, first in total touchdowns, and then second on the team in rushing yards per game, receiving touchdowns, and tackles per game with 7 of those as well. There's no shortage of talent on this talented 5A squad. They have a lot of football left to play, and we have a lot of teams still to talk about. The Wasatch Wasps are off to a season that has not been ideal, but as mentioned, there is a lot of football left to play and a lot of years for this young squad to grow. Sitting currently at 1-3 on the season, Wasatch hosts Salem Hills for their homecoming game on Friday night, and there is a little interesting matchup here. Both Wasatch and Salem Hills have faced Skyview this season. Salem Hills lost to Skyview 35-14 in week 1. As for Wasatch, well, they beat Skyview 45-20. A much needed region win takes place in Heber on Friday night. Let's give you a couple of names to look out for. First things first, number 1 in yards, number 1 in touchdowns, and number 1 on the field. It is Matt Kelson's number 1 target, and it is Mr. Crew Erickson. 4 receiving touchdowns this season, tied with running back Chris Cook for the most on the team, and not to mention 129.7 yards per game this senior season. But it's not just Crew. How about Carter Bucad, averaging 65 yards per game and a touchdown for himself as well? We can't go without mentioning Wasatch's defense, specifically Caden Luke, who is averaging 10 tackles per game. And if we're talking about tackles per game, we've got to talk about Buck Sargent over at North Summit High School with 17 per game as only a sophomore. The Braves currently sitting at 1-3 on the season, but there is no doubt that this team is going to be a problem in just a couple of years. There is tons of youth on this team, time to grow. We actually talked to Jake Smith, the focal point of the offense, last week, as he is well aware of the potential that this team is full of sophomores and what they are capable of. On Friday, they are away in a non-region game against the 4-0 Kanab team, who is playing very, very well. Keep an eye out for McCade Nelson, who will be taking on a lot bigger role as Ian Coyle is likely out for the remainder of the season. 20 sophomores on this Braves team, so in a couple of years, they will be dominating 1A football. And speaking of dominant, it is our lone undefeated team that is left in the Wasatch back. Last, but certainly not least, the South Summit Wildcats, sitting at 4-0, the number 7 team in the entire state. The Wildcats take on 1-2 Ogden on Friday night in Camas, led by Bracken Lashy, the junior quarterback, who is 4th in the state in passing yards, one of his favorite targets. In fact, his favorite target, KLB Thompson, is 2nd in the state in receiving yards. But it's not just their dominant offense. Brady Freeman already with 26 tackles and 9 sacks this season. He leads the state in sacks as well. The Wildcats are the number 1 team in their region in the 2A class, and with 11 seniors on this varsity roster, there is a lot of room to grow over the next few years as this Wildcats team continues to play peak football. That is your Week 4 update. We will continue to cover these teams all season long, and we will see you all under the Friday Night Lights. Well, they are 3-1 this year with a lot left to play for. Here is myself alongside Park City Volleyball following their big win. Hey everyone, right now we are joined by Kennedy Halper after a nail-biting win here at Park City High School. Kennedy, you get the win tonight. How do you feel?
I feel great. It was a great win after what we experienced last week, and to come back and just beat a team the way we know how to play feels great.
Yeah, the team played absolutely fantastic, and you actually had, this last game was as close as it gets. You had the game-winning kill. Can you talk us through what happened there?
Yeah, we just stayed how we normally play, and we didn't let the other side affect us or the score, and just played our game.
It was really loud in here for Brighton. Did that kind of throw you off at all? Was that kind of surprising for you, I guess I should say?
Sometimes it throws you off a little bit, but I've just learned to cut it out and almost take it as like they're cheering for me.
It is your senior season, and so I've got to ask you, how special is this team, and what has it been like being a senior on this specific team?
Being a senior on this team has been extremely rewarding. It's been a team that I've never experienced before, and everyone is so bonded together. It's honoring.
3-1, you're 2-0 in region. What is the limit for this team? Where do you think this team can go in terms of region play and beyond?
I think if we play how we do and the speed that we run our offense, this team can go wherever we want to go.
This team is really, really talented. Who are some of the most talented players you think that you specifically like to play with?
I love to play with our setter, Camden. She puts the ball where she needs to put it every time, and our libero, Kelsey, is just great.
During this game, specifically in that third game, was there any ever moment where you felt like your back was against the wall and you felt like maybe you weren't going to win that game, have to go into a fourth game for the first time this season?
I actually didn't. I had confidence in my team, and I knew even if the score was tight, we would push it until the end and we'd win.
In terms of this game, where do you think that it ranks, or I guess Brighton, I should say, how tough were they as an opponent?
I would say they're probably like an average opponent. Not the best, but not the worst.
Is there any sort of added pressure, any added desire to want to play a specific way, knowing that, you know, these are the last times that you're going to be playing here at Park City High School?
The desire of how we want to play is we've been learning at practice to just trust the process, and the outcome will come.
Well, thank you so much for the time. We really appreciate it, and congratulations. Thank you for joining us today. We will be right back here next week with some updates.
Oh, I knew exactly what it was just because I felt it last year. But last year my kneecap was all the way around like my leg, so it dislocated my kneecap too. So I knew that it wasn't nearly as bad. And then when they brought me back to do the test, my knee wasn't nearly as swollen as it was last time. So I kind of knew that the journey I had ahead of me, but I knew it wasn't going to be nearly as bad as it was last year.
So how long has it taken for you to recover the other leg, the one that you injured last year? How long did it take?
So, I mean, they told me it's like a year recovery, and I think I hit a year like yesterday. So I sped up the recovery pretty fast. But I mean, just lots of physical therapy, lots of lifting. I mean, just kind of tighten up the tendon so it's not so loose. But now it feels great.
And so now your other leg obviously is now in a whole lot of, there's going to be a little bit of time as well for that one. How much time do you think this other leg is going to be taking to recover?
So I went in yesterday to physical therapy, and they want me to get my leg straight before I get my surgery. So they're thinking 2 weeks for surgery, and then 2 weeks on crutches, and then 3 months before I can lift and run.
And Ian, I should know this, but do you do track or do you do any other spring sport? Would you be able to return for those?
I did play basketball, and I do track, yes, but I don't know if I will this year. I mean, my last knee already made me a lot slower, and I think this will make me even slower. And I don't know if I can compete in track, so I think I'll maybe just grind it out and lift.
What's going to be the future plans? I know you're a senior right now. Is there any plans to play in the future at all that you know of?
I knew when I was younger, I always wanted to play, maybe try college ball, but as I slowly started getting more injuries, I kind of felt like that wasn't a possibility for me, like maybe I wasn't good enough to go college or anything like that. And just kind of mentally, I don't know if I can go to college and get hurt again and go through some of the stuff again. Because, I mean, as much as the toll it has on my body, it's more of a mental game.
Some Friday night football and a whole lot more. For Brent Martindale, I'm Blake O'Rourke, and we will see you all on Tuesday.